Hey guys.
Hello.
Wow. It's been a while,
It has
hasn't
been
it?
a while. Yes, since we've done a peek into paint,
Um,
it has been a hot minute.
and it's been a while since we've been on at night and we're back.
True. True, Beck. Yes.
So hard to believe that it is the end of June.
You guys. Yeah. I always say three fastest months. Why can't I talk? Three fastest months of the entire year are June, July, and August. So enjoy every second, even when it's downpouring for days.
Hello. Yes, yes, yes. But the sun is out, at least here in Michigan. I don't
It
know where
is.
you're tuning in from. So, you guys, if you are on, and I believe that there are some on already, and you are, I'm forgetting to check one other spot here. Could you guys tell us you're here in the comments? If you're on YouTube and you're going to need to find the comment section to comment. And if you can't figure that out, maybe text us. That'd be awesome.
Yep.
So hold on a minute. I got to get one more little place started here. What do you have to say for tonight?
What I have to say for tonight, well, first of all, I want to thank anybody who's on the call already. And I know we will have more joining us. So I want to thank you guys for taking some time out of your night. I think you'll find it to be really worthwhile. This is a really safe, low-key place where we can tell you guys a little bit more about an opportunity that Becky and I are absolutely in love with. It's blessed our lives. And the great thing that I love about Mary Kay is really no matter what your situation, whatever you want to do, whether it be very low key hobby level or build a really powerful business, there's a place for you.
Yes, I so agree. So tomorrow, Tracy, is my 14-year, hard to believe, anniversary in Mary Kay. Can you believe it's been 14 years?
No. Becky and I met in Grandville. I lived in Grandville. Becky lived very close to me. She had an awesome consultant named Julie.
Yes.
And so I remember that day going to your house, Becky, to talk to you about Mary Kay. And we had tried many times to call you on the phone. And honestly, by the time I pulled my car in your driveway, I was just so happy that I was there because I didn't know if it was ever really going to happen. So
isn't that the truth? Yeah. This was the very last thing I ever pictured myself doing. I was a piano teacher at the time. I was intending to be a piano teacher for the rest of my life. And I'm an introvert. I really didn't like working with women, honestly. I had worked with a lot of men in the professional world. I had worked in corporate. And I liked working with men because they're no nonsense and there's no real big emotion involved, right?
Right.
And I knew that when I did work with women professionally, it wasn't always a good thing.
Mhm.
So I was so excited to hear about Mary Kay. In some ways, because it was different than I had ever heard of before. And I thought it was too good to be true.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of pie in the sky sales pitch. And I put you off for 3 months.
Yes, you did. That's okay. Good things come to those who wait.
That's right. And then once I got started, I found out that the things that I was told were actually true. And it was real and it wasn't pie in the sky. And when it comes right down to it, it was a legit business. And that's what I was really skeptical about. I really didn't think it was legit business. I thought it's just a bunch of women selling lipstick. But we're going to find out different about that.
Even though, Beck, because you had used Mary Kay for years, you had used the product for years and years. So even though you had that history about the product, you knew the product was good, you felt still a little bit wary about it, about the opportunity itself.
Yeah, in part because I had had a bad experience with another company that I felt like did not represent my ideals. And it didn't, the way I was approached about it just felt really sketchy. And it really left me a bad taste in my mouth for direct selling businesses. And I'm here to tell you that we're not all created equal. So if you maybe had a bad experience before, it doesn't mean that everything's bad about working in a direct selling business. So I'm so glad that 14 years later that I said yes. How about you, Tracy? What was your story?
Yeah. So in July, I'm coming up on 26 years, which
Wow.
is unbelievable to me. So when I started, I had 2 little girls. Audrey was 3, Grace was 5 months. I came in to make extra money. I really wanted to make extra money. My biggest thing was I knew the opportunity was great. I just wasn't so sure about myself if I could actually pull it off. I didn't know what my work ethic was really like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even though I was a great mom and kept a neat house and all that, I didn't know that things like that could transfer over to a business. I didn't understand that at the time. So yeah, I just, and also Doug was very skeptical. I had done Mary Kay once before for just a brief amount of time, just didn't, everything they said, like suggested you might do this. I'd go, no, I'm doing the exact opposite. So if you're going to come in and start a business, it's a good idea to be open to people who have been there, done that, and have good ideas for you. It's a good thing to maybe listen. So I was too young to realize that. So anyway, started again when I had 2 young girls, Audrey and Grace, and earned a car rather quickly. 8 months later, earned a free car. Been driving free every 2 years for 26 years, going on 26 years. That's amazing.
I have a question about that really quick.
Yeah.
So, did you ever picture yourself, as you think of yourself? I think you were in your early 20s when you started. Is that right?
Actually, Beck, I was when I started. Let me think here. I think I was 34.
Okay, so a little bit. Okay, so even then, so in your 20s, would you ever have dreamt that you would not have a car payment for 25 years?
No, never.
And really, really nice brand new cars every 2 years.
I know. It is like a dream. It is unbelievable. I think that does sound too good to be true. I mean, it sounds like a complete, there's no possible way. Well, I'm here to tell you those cars, are they free? No, they are not free. We earn those cars. We get to there. It's a lease, and we have to continue working, doing what we've done on a continual basis. Keep doing what we did. We earned them. Now keep doing it so that you can hang on to the car. And that was just always my mindset. My mindset was always, Becky knows this about me. I don't like to hurry. I don't like to rush around. I want calm and peace in my life. So my mindset was always with Mary Kay, I'm just going to be diligent and do something every day and be diligent with my efforts. And I think that's served me really well.
It has served you well. And I love that because you've treated it like a job, the whole entire job. So you've gotten paid like a job. You've gotten a paycheck like a job. And that's the big key. You can work this like a hobby and make a very little bit, and that's fantastic. Or you can work it like a full-time job or a part-time job, and then you get reimbursed in the same manner. So we've been asking, was there something else you were going to share and I cut you off to ask you about?
The only thing I was going to share is I do have a handicapped daughter. Ellie was born in 1999, and I had just become a brand new sales director about a year. And so I just want to say, I really feel like I'm living proof. I earned my first, Ellie was born in 99, a lot of problems, a lot of challenges, and I earned my first pink Cadillac in 2000. I just want to say that if you really want the business to work, it can work for you. And the biggest thing I had to do, Becky, the business was there, the business model was there, the products were there, the company was there, the support was there. So what was missing was I needed to change the gray matter between my ears, how I thought. That was my biggest thing. I had to work on myself. That was my biggest obstacle, was working on myself.
I completely get that. I agree. Well, we asked our consultants some questions. So
Yeah.
we are going to, over the next few minutes, share some videos with answers to their questions. Tracy and I are going to continue to dialogue, but if you have any questions or comments, by all means, put it in the comments so we can interact with you. We would absolutely love this. If you're watching on the replay, still ask your questions because we're always coming back in and checking. So let's start with our first video. And the question that was asked is, at what point in your life did you first hear about Mary Kay? Let's hear what they had to say.
In my early 20s, so I was like 22, 23 years old, did not have a really good experience, but I was reintroduced to it about 20 years later, and I fell in love with the products, and that's what started myself using them and then being a consultant.
I first heard about Mary Kay when I was 20 years old and freshman in college. My aunt was a consultant and a full-time teacher, and she wanted me to be her model at times. She used my face to try different products out. So that was my first time hearing about it, was entering into the teaching field and would be graduating, that I needed to change up my tomboy ways.
Well, in 2009, I was at Women's Expo in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And while I was filling out the giveaway for a free basket that they had displayed, the Mary Kay lady from the booth shared with me ways to get free product if I wanted to, while I'm having fun with my friends. So I said, yes, that would be so fun. So that's how I met Mary Kay.
The first time that I heard about Mary Kay, I was about 11 years old, and my mom actually hosted a party for my sister's 13th birthday party, and they did a glamour party. So.
I first heard about Mary Kay in November of 2019 when I went for my first pampering session, which was amazing. But my sister, if you had asked her, the first time I heard about it was probably when I was a teenager, when she joined as a Mary Kay consultant.
Okay, what do you think about those stories, Tracy?
Well, they're just so heartwarming, you know, and I just love what I look at when we go through those one by one is a variety of personalities, a variety of life experiences, all different ages, from very young to more mature, a variety of occupations, and they're all making it work and they all love it.
Mm-hmm. I love that about Mary Kay,
Yeah.
that the stories are all so different.
Mm-hmm.
Well, our next question, it really revolves around the philosophy that Mary Kay built our business on, and that is putting God first, family second, and career third. And our consultants were asked, you know, what resonates with you about that philosophy? So let's see what they said.
For me, it's just the order that she puts it in: God first, family second, career third. So I've always felt that the God first and family second should always be the first two, and then career should always be last. Because I always felt guilty putting my career before my family and before God.
For me, it's about not having to hide my Christianity, and as well as being open to discussing it while discussing products, fellowshipping, meeting, and just discussing and developing that genuine relationship, and knowing that it's okay to fellowship.
Well, when I first read that in her book, I thought those are really great priorities, and that's what I wanted to have, and I did to a point. But what she said, and it is so true, when you do have God first, family second, and job, whatever that job may be, third, and you put your priorities in that order, everything else will fall right into place.
Wow. I love God first, family second, career third, because those are my priorities and those are Mary Kay Ash's priorities. And I love that I do not have to worry about sharing my priorities or my faith in God and Jesus Christ, and that the company's not gonna reprimand me because I said something about God. And I can share it with other women, and I can pray with my customers and my team members, and I can just share with them about my experience with God's love and Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Isn't that so cool?
It is cool. And what I think what people need to know is Mary Kay was a real person. She was the person, Mary Kay Ash, who started this company in 1963, and she loved women, and she saw so many great qualities in women, but she also knew women really wanted to be home. Most women, if they had the choice, would like to work from home and be home with their kids. And make that the priority. And so she designed this company so that women could do that, so that women could come back home. This is like the beginning of like the what do they call it? The sexual revolution, where women were being encouraged to leave the home, go find a corporate job. It's really important. And Mary Kay was the one person, I think, in 1963 going, you know what? You can work from home. And I just think she was such a visionary.
Mm-hmm. So did you ever meet Mary Kay Ash?
I didn't. And that's, I don't have a lot of regrets in life, but that is a regret. In 1988, 1997, 88 is when I got married. 1997, I went to my first seminar in Dallas, which blew me away. One of the greatest, most life-changing things in my life. And she had a couple strokes, but she came out on stage.
Oh,
and
wow.
so I saw her from afar, but I have never, so many people in like the sales force has met her, been at her house. That's what she was all about. She was all about community. Again, she was a visionary. That's such a big buzzword now. Well, she was doing it way back from the beginning of the company. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of a regret.
And Mary Kay is legendary. I mean, the Mary Kay, the woman, is a legend. And so we asked our consultants, what is your favorite thing when you think about Mary Kay Ash? So here we go. Let's listen to their answers. And it'll take just a minute here.
How resilient she was in overcoming those challenges and while raising a family, and knowing that she didn't let saying no bother her, or being told no, or being rejected. And so that's what's inspiring me to put that shyness and that other emotional baggage behind.
Just how she began the business, and when it was a man's world, there wasn't really anything out there. It was predominantly a man's world, and she took a small concept, and it's grown into this huge thing. And it's not just a business, it's a family and a sisterhood that she developed it into.
Well, she likes the color pink, and so do I. I just think it is so cool that she had this vision and she just followed through with it. She gave it to God and she followed through with it. And the company has flourished, and it is still flourishing to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I love hearing their stories. And
Well,
it's just
their
fun.
perspective, their experience with the company and their perspective. Everybody's perspective is different, but yet very much the same. It's crazy.
Mm. And we've come through some pretty challenging times in this last 18 months, right? And so Mary Kay has thrived during that. And it's, they always say recessions and lipstick, cosmetics, they go hand in hand. Well, whoever knew that Mary Kay could thrive during a worldwide pandemic? So here's some reasons why our consultants really believe that, why we've thrived during these really challenging times.
And that Mary Kay has been able to thrive through these times is that Mary Kay is more than just makeup. Mary Kay is a sisterhood, and now more than ever, we really need that.
And Mary Kay stands behind their products. We make sure that the customer is happy. We ask them, and if they're not, there is 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Oh, well, Mary Kay is thriving during challenges times. It's actually recession proof, typically, because cosmetics are inelastic products from an economic point of view. Their prices are inelastic and they resist, they still sell during good times and during bad times. But as a woman, it's really hard to go without a moisturizer. Everything falls apart around you. You're running out of things. Life isn't enjoyable, and now your skin is either dry or it's very oily, and then you're adding even more discomfort to your life. You're chaotic. So at least when you have your face in place, at least one thing is right, and then you can maybe be of use of service to going out about business and taking care of the world, of the family, of duties.
I think that's so fun.
It is. And you know, Ramona, and that's who that last person was, Ramona. Ramona is 100% right. If just think about it, you guys, if you have a bad hair day, like you feel like your hair looks terrible, it does affect how you think and how you feel. So she's right. When you feel like you look pretty good, it does make your day a little bit easier.
Yes, it does. I mean, I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow and I cannot wait because I hate how my hair looks right now. And so I don't know if any of you guys were really, really ready for your hairstylist after the 3 months.
COVID.
Yeah. But it is the same with our skincare and our cosmetics. Well, I can tell you personally, my life has thoroughly changed because of my involvement with Mary Kay. I am not the same woman I was. Not that I was a bad woman before, but I lacked in confidence. I lacked in some business skills, even though I did own my own business since the time I was 16 years old. I've been an entrepreneur actually since I was in elementary school. I had an entrepreneurial mindset.
Wow.
But there was so many things I needed to learn. I had no idea. And so our next question for our consultants was, how has the positive culture of Mary Kay affected or changed the way you think? And just like Tracy talked about just a minute ago, it's up here that we have to change. So listen to this.
In this unit, the sisterhood, there's no brothers in there. So the sisterhood is a benefit for me because you get prayed over, you get encouraged. Even when you're not feeling the best, you're encouraged to come to the meeting or show up on Zoom and to take part. In that atmosphere changes you, and for the better, because the genuineness of these women is so powerful and so humbling that you come out feeling as if you had just went to a great church service. And so you are refreshed and renewed and ready to pursue.
There was so much more in that starter kit than just the products that I needed to do for facials. There was confidence, and there was, Mary Kay has helped me with different areas as far as leadership with our church and different ministries there. Also, it has helped with interpersonal communications with friends and family, being able to relate to others in a better way.
It's actually helped me quite a bit because I always looked on the outside, and Mary Kay's helped me look more on the inside of me, so that it's not the bad stuff, it's all the good stuff that's in there that's just waiting to come out, and it's able to help me help others by helping myself.
The positive culture of Mary Kay has changed the way I think because it empowers me to be successful in my personal life, and it has helped me become a better version of myself.
Oh, Mary Kay's atmosphere is wonderful. I love how they always tell us to focus on the positive and what we can do in the positive aspect of each and every situation in life. I am a cancer survivor. I had brain cancer, and I remember someone saying to me, life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you respond to it. And I love that Mary Kay has taught me that.
As a stay-at-home mom with 3 kids under 3, my life gets a little busy. I have twin daughters who are 2.5, and I have a 2.5-month-old son. So I'm very busy, needless to say. And when life gets busy, it is easy to forget to take care of yourself. And it really wasn't until I joined Mary Kay that I realized just how much I had forgotten to take care of myself over the past 2 years. So it's helped me to just take better care of myself, because you can't pour from an empty cup.
So true.
Yeah. Yep.
I would love to hear, Tracy, what are some of the things that have changed for you personally?
So many things. Like Becky said, people are always surprised by this, but my natural inclination is to be more introverted. So I think with having a handicapped daughter, and me being introverted, I think my natural inclination would have been, had it not been for Mary Kay, to stay at home, take care of my daughter, never leave, have a couple friends, and my world would be very small. I'll just say it that way. And because of Mary Kay, it's forced me out of my comfort zone. It's made me do things I wouldn't normally do. Like speak at seminar in front of like 5,000 people. Who can do that? I mean, if you would have told me at some point, anytime in my life, oh, one day you'll do that, there's no way. There's no possible way. So just stuff like that. It has made my life, how would I say this? I feel like life is hard. It's challenging for a lot of us. I think most people would say that. And Mary Kay has helped me design a life for myself that has blessed me and my husband and my family just by having a confident wife and mom. I have daughters, and I think it's really important that moms have some confidence with their daughters, because their daughters need to see that, and sons do too.
Yeah, that's right. And I can imagine over the last few years, as you've done Mary Kay, and before you started Mary Kay, you might have had some fears along the way. And I certainly have. Like, don't we all have fears that stop us from doing things that we should do? And so the next question that we asked our consultant is, what was the greatest fear in becoming a Mary Kay consultant? And typically that's the number one thing that I hear the most is, I'm just afraid. So let's see what they say.
Yep.
My greatest fear in becoming a Mary Kay consultant was that people might see me fail. I've been a perfectionist all my life, and that's one thing I don't like to let people see.
Failure. And I didn't have a lot of self-confidence when I was first started, because I had done the mom thing and loved it, but haven't been out with people. So self-confidence and mainly failure, which I still work on every day.
Myself and my mind. At first, I thought I had to be like other consultants that I have seen. And I realized, it has taken a while, but I realized I need to be me. I need to be genuine. And there is no one else like me. And that's who I am.
My biggest fear was talking to adults. I work with children and young adults, and so it's been easy every day. I can talk to a child, I can approach a child, or a child approach me, but it's hard with adults because now those are my peers, and some of those feelings or triggers that come back from my childhood of being rejected or being told, no, you can't be on our team, or you're too fat, you're too ugly. So those triggers I had to work on. And so in doing so, being a consultant has forced me to step out my shell to interact more and I'm able to do that. And I see that I'm able to do that.
My biggest fear is that nobody would buy from me, and that'd be just another thing that I would fail at. It's grown far more than that. I've actually seen success, and I've grown for myself.
This is a great question. I know that I can be fearless, meaning that I had the difficult time with setting boundaries in conducting a business, because I was in such business prior in my life, and I did not have boundaries. I did not know how to set boundaries. However, doing it again now, it gives me a chance to do it right. And Mary Kay has helped me to completely eradicate that fear that I had coming in, and has helped me to be the better version of myself. And then that carries out and it trickles down into the other areas of my life. And it has completely enriched my life so far.
Oh, I love these stories.
I do too. Yeah.
And-
I just think it's so interesting to me because so many different backgrounds, and it seems like I think you said, Beck, usually the number one thing is fear of failure.
And we're going to end with this question, because I think this was one of my things, is I had some big misconceptions before I started Mary Kay. And so this question is, what was your biggest misconception that you had before you started Mary Kay? And I love this because I think we all have misconceptions. And let's see what they said.
My biggest misconception about Mary Kay before I joined was that Mary Kay was just for women who wear makeup. What I learned is that Mary Kay is for women who just want to learn to take better care of their skin, and for women to help them build their confidence.
I always thought that I was going to have to go like door to door, or like hounding people to buy stuff from us, and realizing it's not just about selling the product. It's helping others with themselves, or helping myself grow within myself.
My biggest conception, mine, that my aunt is a woman of color and was a consultant. Not seeing that. So my only perception I had was that Mary Kay was for Caucasian women. And so that just stuck with me for a while, because I had never seen another brown or Black woman of color that was in Mary Kay. But I am learning, and have learned, there's a shift in mindset that needs to be changed.
I don't know if I would say misconception, but maybe certainly misinformed. I did not know that there is a sisterhood that lives life on set principles that work, and our women support each other, cheer each other up, and I absolutely love that. And then the product is just, then it becomes more of an extension of this amazing collaboration, interaction. Wow, Mary Kay.
Yes. Wow. Wow, Mary Kay. Well said, Ramona.
Right. Yes.
So Tracy, let's sum this all up. Like, what would be your final thoughts as we close this out, and just share with how they get started?
The biggest thing I would want you to know is, if you're sitting there and you're like intrigued, but you're like, how would I even, because this is what I would be thinking. How would I even fit this in my life? I'm not even sure I want to, but I do love the product. That was exactly my thought process. I didn't really know if I wanted to build a business. Just know whatever you want to do. There's all different levels. There's a place for you, and you don't have to jump in with both feet and start working 20 hours a week. It's not like that at all. So just keep an open mind. Make sure you get your questions answered. That's what I would say.
Mm-hmm. So that is so true. And I love the fact that there's really 3 kind of levels you can start in Mary Kay. The first is just being a savvy shopper, servicing yourself and a couple of friends and getting your discount. And we do make a 50% discount or 50% profit on all of our products. So we buy at 50%, we sell at 100%, and that's where we make our profit. Mm-hmm. The second way is to be kind of like a hobby or a part-time consultant. And most consultants, I would say, work on average, if they're actually working their business at this level, is 3 to 5 hours a week, maybe 10 hours a week. It's pretty low key, even as a part-time consultant. Mm-hmm. And then if you're doing this full-time, you can earn a car in 10 to 15, 20 hours a week. Mm-hmm. That's pretty crazy. Most of us have that much time. And then those of us that are directors, we might be working more than that. But it's completely able to be fit into your schedule where you want it to be. So there's 3 options in our starter kit right now, and this ends tomorrow night. So the first option is to get an e-start kit, and that's a virtual business. And with that, you get a Mary Kay website, and you get the ability to accept credit cards. And then you get all the perks of being able to get your products at 50% off. So you could sign up tonight for $30 and be selling product by midnight. It's that simple. And then we have the full starter kit plus the e-start option. And that is a full bag of products. It's an amazing bag, by the way, with over $400 of full-size Mary Kay products, samples, mirrors, materials in there for training. And then you get the whole e-start option. And I didn't mention, but you get all the training you need from either online training through Mary Kay. You also get a mentor in either Tracy or myself. You get to come to our meetings, and we do that both virtually and now in person. Woo, woo. So just know that you aren't just given the kit and then you walk away and you have no idea what you're doing. You are going to be walked through that journey all the way. And then there is an add-on packet that you can add on, but there's really the first 2 choices are the most important. Either it's the e-start for $30 or the full-size starter kit for $130. And now through tomorrow at 9 p.m., okay, Eastern Standard Time. So basically 24 hours from tonight, you will get a bonus of $25 off of this $130 kit. So basically, you're getting over $400 of product, a full virtual business, and all the mentorship and training you need for $105. Seriously, yeah. plus tax and shipping. Forgot we got to add that in there. So why don't you close us out, Tracy?
Well, I'll just close us out with saying, when you think about that $130 starter kit plus tax and shipping, you get $25 off if you do it by the end of the month, 9 p.m. tomorrow. Think about the last time you spent $100. It was probably today. Maybe you went to Target, or maybe you went to Meijer, or maybe you went to Home Goods, someplace really fun. It's
Amazon.
Exactly. And how honestly you get home and you take care of all that stuff, and Doug will ask me sometimes, what'd you get at Meijer? And I can't hardly name everything. Okay. Mm-hmm. So you, in that $130, okay, all the things you will get, and not just the things like the product and the training materials, but it could be the opportunity of a lifetime for you and your family. It's all what you want to do with it. And really, I think you need to ask yourself, what have you got to lose? Mm-hmm. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
That's right. So I agree 100,000%. So get with your consultant, and she'll probably be following up with you. So just take the call. We promise we're not going to tie you down and make you do this, but just take the call, answer a couple quick questions because we'd love your feedback and we would love to work with you because if you were invited to this video, it means we like you. Your consultant likes you because we get to work with women we like and we want to hang out with. So you must be pretty special to be on this video tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. And we cannot wait to just hear what your feedback is. We value that from the bottom of our hearts. So have a great night.
Bye, everybody.